again. I hope everybody's doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and I definitely have for you. And if this is your first time, stop you. Just take the time out for yourself. You know, so many of us are going through so many different things and so many different changes on so many different levels. Make sure you always take time out for self-care every day if you can, 5-10 minutes, 30-45 minutes the most, if you can, being able to calibrate yourself, align yourself, and get balanced, because we gravitate towards things so much that we have to be able to regulate ourselves. Excuse me, y'all. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you are comfortable enough, I would love for you to drop a line or two. I would love to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift and how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the video is uplifting to you or just gives you some good vibes or good information that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through some trying times, or they need spiritual guidance, or just need confirmation or validation towards life path or soul purpose, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And today, the background music that I'm listening to, I had to turn it up a little bit because I turned it down. It's called Wonderful Chinese Zen Healing Flute. Stop overthinking, powerful, distressing, restorative sleep. And I will post that link in the description box below. And today my video is about Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, when you are set, for example, to be able, when you're set up in stressful situations to be an example for many. It's crazy because there's times that, there's some of y'all love bugs, my extended family. I've had the pleasure of being able to connect with you one-on-one, or even you're opening up to being able to let people know your life story, things that you have went through, things that you struggle with on a daily basis, things have appeared to you that you're really trying to, make sense of. We're all going through spiritual awakenings. I know you have, because if you're on my channel, I know you probably gone through some stuff for answers, or just wanting to know, is there a thing that what I'm going through is there a name for it? Is a label? Is there other people going through it? Yes, and yes. We're all going through different things in our lives where, just with us being Heyokas, it's like we were already doomed from the womb. I look at my life story, my situations I've struggled with, it was bad enough it is, giving up for adoption, remembering times, the incidents of me getting taken. There was drama soon as I wasn't even in the world for like 48 hours, 72 hours before all hell broke loose. Being able to remember a lot of things in the midst of struggle, seeing my family just really get impacted by just for me being adopted, having dreams and remembering a lot of things that you shouldn't be at that age. Before I was even a year old, I was in the hospital for 4 or 5 months at 8 months old, having impetigo one time and then turn around and having whooping cough. It was a lot of different things that I struggled with during my life. I was knocked on death's door too many times. Because it's just like when you're placed here, you already knew you signed that contract to go ahead and do whatever you can to break that generational curse, to stop that, the cycle, the general, what is it, the karmic curse and the general cycles. You had to go through hell and high water. And a lot of times, like I was telling y'all from the other video, I was drawn to a certain channel called Trailblazers, which they have different sermons on TD Jakes, Joyce Myers, or whoever else they decide to edit the video towards. And I'm not a religious person, but if I'm looking for answers and they're, I'm trying to guide myself through it to get those confirmations like you do from my videos, I'm going through the same thing too. Being able to have awareness and being able to use my life experiences, tragic things I wouldn't wish on anybody, for them to be able to reflect on the things that you're going through, the things you struggle with on a daily basis, the things that you're desperately trying to find out. A lot of us feel like we're going through nervous breakdowns, or, snapped, or you need to be in a mental hospital. All these things is going to come to the forefront. Went through so many different spiritual attacks: dark night of the soul, ascension, kundalini, spiritual awakening, ascension. All these different things came onto your life to make you who you are today. And there's like a lot of times, I've heard, you know, love bugs telling me, Roslynn, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I've been going through this and this and that and the fourth. Um, I don't understand why I'm going through these things. I can't let go of the things that has happened in my life to make me the person I am. Like I've said before, there are situations that has been brought into your life to where you look at different people different. You look at people differently. Your point of view towards life itself is most likely a struggle for you. It can mess you up mentally, emotionally, sexually, spiritually, any of those things. I've done it all, so I understand. And it's just like a blessing when I can go ahead and tell my life experiences, put those out there, even though it might be far-fetched. But it's like I told y'all before, if you're an empath and I always tell people, look at my intro, things on the reason why I did what I did, bringing to the forefront of what I experienced just for being, you know, my dad's daughter. The things that I struggle to deal with, the things that I still deal with on a daily basis, that I'm finding a peace of mind to, knowing there's a higher purpose and there's a bigger picture behind the struggles that has been placed along your life. A lot of times we don't understand the situations we go through has a bigger purpose than we're able to comprehend on why did I had to go through these certain things? Why did God allow certain things to happen? A lot of times certain things were to happen to mold you. Anything that you are weak in and you struggle to deal with on a daily basis, you are put in a situation to heal from all those different things. Learn, forgive, love, have that self-respect, have self-love. Whatever you're lacking in, there are situations that's been placed on you, and you're placed there until you can be able to learn all the things that you need to learn that you lack of. And then when you're doing that, when you can be able to open up and say, okay, I went through this situation, I struggled with this, that, and the third, and I'm healed. I'm going through this, and it's brought me so many blessings. It's brought me so much understanding on the reason why I had to go through the things I go through. It's like there's a lot of times I sit up here and listen to different motivational speakers because that's what I want to do. I wanted to be able to heal certain, uh, heal on certain aspects or all aspects, whatever God had in store for me, be able to help others as well, being able to use me as that source to be able to help others that struggle with day-to-day basis, that deal with different things that they feel like they can't get through. There's a lot of times y'all have shared things with me and broke my heart, listening to the things like, how were you able to live through the certain things you lived through? But there are probably people that see my situation as the same way. They don't understand what you would do to, um, what would you have to be able to, deal with. It's just like you'll try to put yourself in that state of mind. Like, what would you do if you're on a certain situation or this has occurred to you? How would you be able to deal with it? And I tell a lot of people, don't ever feel like you're weak because of the things you experienced in life. Don't ever feel like you lack the confidence you have, to be that person that can heal from tragedy, because just the fact of you enduring it and you're still here, that took a lot of strength to go through. And I was seeing that in the video today. A lot of the things, like after I watched like about 5 or 6 videos, I got about 5 or 6 pages of daggone contents that has touched base that I can really resonate with. Listening to those videos had me in tears, but it opened my eyes to a lot of things I already said that was like already been written it, where it gave me chills. And there's things that was bringing to my attention about the reason why I went through the things I went through. And there's days, I have to be able to reflect on myself, being able to be in that state of mind and understand why I went through the things I went through. And what is my situation teaching me? You know, when you can see that you're still here through the midst of all the abuse that you have endured through whatever certain stage of your life, allow that to know that you're a super soldier for being able to deal with that. So don't ever feel guilty about things that has happened to you. A lot of times we put guilt on ourselves because we should have known better. We had guilt on towards ourselves because we felt like we should have stopped it. Or there's so many what ifs in your mind that we can be our own worst critic when it comes to certain things that has been placed upon our life. You know, there's so many times, you know, I can reflect and sit up here and deal with coulda, shoulda, wouldas. You know, there's so many times that me and my dad has talked on the phone and I didn't understand what was going on. There's a whole lot of things that I've endured where he's been in, you know, in certain places, and I decided not to go just because of the vibes it was giving off, you know. And I mean, that's a hard pill I had to swallow. Like, I felt like I could have been able to stop my dad's death. I could have been able to stop my dad's murder if I would have just came to the house that day, because I would have never let these things happen to my dad. Now, I mean, I went through it my first year of finding out all these things, you know, cried, you know, experienced the things I experienced, seen the things that I seen. And I had to really sit in myself, you know, look at everything that I went through, trying to understand and compute about what has occurred in my life and seeing the strength behind all the things that I've endured, you know, and being able to be that voice of reason for different people that are struggling, that goes through different tragedies, you know, is a blessing to me. Even though there's times I ask God, why does everything got to be so complicated? Why everything has to be so hard? Why can't I just meet my family? I want to be home. I want to know my family. You know, why am I denied that? You know, so many different things has popped up in my head, you know, trying to understand people that I looked up to and admired, felt like they were my protector, just left me in disappointment. You know, being able to sit in myself and just being able to comprehend that. Today I cried like hell dealing with that because I felt like it was all gone. But it's like when you're knowing you're going through different stages of your life, and there are certain things that you have really dealt with that was hard for you to be able to separate yourself from, and you're really trying to understand, why do these things keep resurfacing? Why does it put me in my feelings or make my whole demeanor change when those certain situations has been brought up? Um, because it's like asking you to part ways with it. I remember a few weeks ago, no, it was like a couple of months ago. I was watching an interview that my dad did back, I think it was 95, 96, when he was still married to my Tay. And there were certain aspects of things he was talking about, and I seen what it was taking us in. And dealing with different things like that has really put me in a place of uh, different situations where I was trying to really understand why I was going through the things I had to go through, why I, you know, seeing my dad go through a lot of different things, where I can see his whole demeanor changed when Oprah was asking him certain things in his life. And it was just like, you know, I read him, and it was just like something that was it was a hard pill for me to swallow, doing all those things. So it's just like I had to learn, you know, to heal, see why I was placed in the position I was. Why did I have to struggle and go through the things that I struggled with, knowing the things I had to know. But it's just like when you're placed in certain situations like that, and knowing, yeah, it might be hard at that time to heal from the things that's been placed on you. You have to be able to understand why you were there in the first place. Why were you sent in the midst of all this storm in the first place? You never know. Your situation is going to be deeply rooted to where it's not just about you, it's about things that you're going to project towards other people. So I hope you are able to resonate with the content of this video. Much love to you. Like and subscribe. Drop a line. Let me know if you resonate. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And know there's always somebody out praying for your better days. And I'm going to give me a post notification shout out to, let me see, Juan. Much love to you as well. I hope all is well. And I will see y'all in my next video. Send as much love and light and positivity as you possibly can. And know that your kind words will really take somebody a long way. And I will see you on my next video. Much love. Peace.